Hello, Assalamu alaikum. This is Saddam Hussein Biroi from BS English 2K17. Today it's my online paper, online exam paper. The subject name is fiction and class teacher name is Mem Chahat Batul. There are four topics in my paper. The novel, characters of novel, and the summary of novel, and motives of novel, and the biography of writer. So before all the topics, I would like to describe the biography of writer. Miss Jane Austen, the writer of Pride and Prejudice, born in 1775 and died in 18 July 1817. Her age was 41 years. Education, reading, Abbey Girls' School. She wrote many books like Sense and Sensibility in 1811, Pride and Prejudice, the main book of her 1813. She also wrote two additional novels, North, Northern Abbey and Persians. She was an English novelist. The Pride and Prejudice. Now, the summary, the characters of Pride and Prejudice. Number one, Dr. Bennet, the father of the five daughters only. No son he has. And also, the daughters were of the Mr. Bennet were heroines. He is an educated and having good personality in this novel. Miss Bennet, she is wife of Mr. Bennet, and of course the mother of heroines. She is uneducated, and every time she wants to see her daughters having marriage with a rich man. This kind of thought has come in her mind because of lack of education. And someone says that the writer was also at the time of 17th century. That's why she knew the mind of that time people and wrote such kind of novel. Character number one, the daughter of Mr. Bennet. She is also good, God gifted in beauty and also clever. Her name was Jane Bennet. Number second is Elizabeth. She is the main character of this novel, and her nature of beauty is that she is so intelligent, beautiful, and she knows the way of people. She knows the action of people and one view. But she failed from Darcy because she couldn't know the Darcy. Number third, Mary Bennet, daughter of Mr. Bennet. She likes to read books more and more and also wants to give lecture to others. It's true because when you read more, you will learn more, and this is knowledge only not for yours but also for others. That's why you automatically want to give your knowledge to others. Number four, daughter, there is nothing proper knowledge about her. Number fifth and last daughter, she is mighty of her mother in this novel. Charles Darnay, he is the rich man in this novel, and also he gets married with Bennet's elder daughter. He has two sisters, one is married, second is unmarried. The main hero, friend of Charles Bangley, and also more than rich man, Mr. Darcy. The character of Bennet's family and also wants to get married with Elizabeth, but she refused him. Number 11, aunt of Collins. Number 12, the villain of the story. After that, there is the summary of Pride and Prejudice, the novel of the great lady, namely Jane Austen. Some people say that her novels are so difficult, complicated, and long, and it's true because her novel is also long but interesting. Today, I'm going to describe about her best novel. Its name is Pride and Prejudice. This novel has based on many characters. In this novel, we will find pride from a hero. Pride means to proud of something, like if someone has good property or nice look, then he can be proud on himself. That's why in this novel a hero has unlimited wealth, or we can say property. That's why he has pride. And number second is that there is also prejudice. It means to doubt on something, that is it like that or not, is it being good or bad, and this one will be finding from heroine of the novel. The story begins from the Bennet's family. Miss Bennet, they live in a village, they live in a board a village, and some distance away from this village a rich family come to live. As I told you that Miss Bennet is in the seek of rich family for her daughters. So when she knew that in our side there is a rich family came for living, so she decided to make relationship with that family. Fitzwilliam, he is the friend of Charles and also belonging to a rich family. He came to live some days with his friend, but doesn't go from here. And as you know that he is full of pride, then some days later there will be held a party. Then both friends and the Bennet family there uh, also there came. Charles likes to dance with Bennet's elder daughter and also says his friend about Elizabeth that she is looking so hot and nice, you have to dance with her. But does he refuse him for replying on these words, that what you are saying, bro? She is not in my type. As I told you that he has pride, that's why he refuses to him. That's why Elizabeth thinks something wrong about Jane. This party over there, Charles attracted towards Jane, and her mother wants to keep relationship with this family. Then she became happy to see her daughter dancing with him. And Bentley says to Darcy over here for dancing with Darcy that he is not a good guy. And in other side, the sister of Charles likes the Jane for his brother and invites her in home. Then Jane decided to go with her sister Elizabeth towards Charles' house. After that, after the invitation, there is time a friend comes. Then Jane became sick, and between these days, Jane and Charles' relationship becomes more strong. But over there, Elizabeth and Darcy will fight more and more and try to hate on one another. But after some days, Darcy attracted on Elizabeth and she also loves to him. But there is a twist in the story that Charles' sister dislikes Elizabeth because she herself loves Darcy. Then time comes to complete, so both sisters decided to return their home. Then there is entry of another character becomes entry of another character comes means a villain of story, namely George Wickham. In the starting, he is a gentleman, but after that, he becomes a villain because he tries to give wrong information to Elizabeth about Darcy. Then Elizabeth falls in love with George and thinks about his kind nature, that how gentleman he is. Then the Colin again come in front of Elizabeth and get married with her close friend. But some of you will think that why Colin wants to get married with anyone, because the lady Catherine had made him a den of a place, and she pressurized on him to from wherever you just get married, I don't care. That's why let's turn towards Darcy, but suddenly there is a bad news come in front of Jane. A letter was written about that Charles is going to London and there he will get married with Darcy's sister. And please don't search us. Then, when Elizabeth knows about that matter, then she again becomes more angry from Darcy. Then Elizabeth went to meet with her close friend. Over there, Darcy and Elizabeth meet with each other because Lady Catherine was the relative of Darcy and she organizes a party in her house. And there they again meet with one another. And Darcy proposes Elizabeth, but she ignores him. On replying about that, Darcy replies about that I am not the responsible of your sister's breakup, and it was the George's goal to corrupt your mind about me, and that guy was my servant and he wanted to get my 15 years old sister with him, so I fired him. Then he becomes my enemy, that's why he wants to put my status down. Then she turns towards her sister Jane for telling her whole story about George, that he was the wrong person. Then, after some days, Elizabeth's uncle and aunt get her for picnic in a place namely Pemberley, where Darcy was alone, also available, where they fall in love with each other. But over there, a news came about Elizabeth's little sister, that she had married with George. Then they started to search for her sister. Her sister that she had done wrong work, but after some days, the uncle of Elizabeth gave them information about their little daughter, that she has come to my side and her husband does not agree to keep her with him. And he's saying that I will be hire her when I get money from her family. But there is a good news come towards Elizabeth, that he has paid such kind of money by Darcy. Then Elizabeth gets married with Darcy and Jane gets married with Charles. So after that there is happy ending. The main motive of this novel is that uh, in 17th century the fight, the love, and the trap and everything are available uh, from the starting of our life, and they will be present in the ending, at the time of ending of our life. uh, after that Charles Dickens, the writer of Tale of Two Cities. His full name is Charles John Hoffman Dickens. He was born in 7th February 1817, and left this world in June 9, 1817. Left this world. He was world famous fictional writer. He was also the greatest Victorian era and British novelist. He was also a literary genius, the title won from scholars of 20th century. The Tale of Two Cities. Characters of Tale of Two Cities. Dr. Maynard, father of Lucy Maynard, and brother of Jarvis Lorry. Lucy Maynard, number second, Lucy Maynard, daughter of Dr. Maynard and the main heroine of the novel, which finds her father after the 18 years. Mr. Jarvis Lorry, he is the servant of the bank and the uncle of Lucy, and he helps also Lucy for searching her father. So, number fourth, Defarge on old servant of Dr. Bennett and wine merchant, which gives freedom to Dr. Bennett from jail. Number fifth, Madame Defarge, wife of Mr. Defarge. Number sixth, Charles Darnay, a side hero of the novel, which always suffers from court or law section. Number seven, Stryver, advocate of Darnay and lover of Lucy. Number eight, Sidney Cotton, the main hero of the novel, which is also lover of Lucy and sacrifices himself from Darcy because of his love. Tale of Two Cities, written by Charles Dickens, published in 1775. This is a historical novel and French Revolution. The story begins from Mr. Jarvis Lorry. He was a servant of a bank and uncle of Lucy. When he came towards Lucy for telling her that her father is alive and get ready for that, we are going for your father. Lucy's father had lost from 18 years, but because of his old servant, he gets out from jail, and now he is living with his servant. So when they reached to Dr. Bennett, he does not remember them, but after the looking of his daughter's hair, he knows that she is my daughter. And then they go to their home. After that, the second city, that there is a man in the court having a charge about agent of France, that he came for getting information, and there the both father and daughter were present in the court, because before this court they were in touch, and also Darcy and Darnay's lord, namely Stryver, and his friend, namely Sidney Cotton, were present over there. And Sydney was same like Darcy, that's why court leaves him. Then the story turns from the France. There is a fight between upper level and lower level, because before this upper level people they used to kill lower level people. There is another character appears, the uncle of Darcy. He was so cruel, that's why Darcy left him and breaks his relation from his uncle. Then the story returns to London again. The both heroes fall in love with Lucy and Advocate too. But Darcy won from all and gets married with Lucy. When Dr. Maynard knows the real name or cost of Darcy, he becomes mad. After that, there comes French Revolution by Defoe family. Over there, they used to kill rich people, means poor people were killing rich people in that time. There was a servant of a Darcy's uncle, namely Gabel, and he wrote a letter to Darcy for saving him because he was living with rich people. Then Darcy gets out for saving him. But he also caught by poor people. Then a message comes to Dr. Bennett that his Darcy is in trouble. Then they get 1 year in the freedom of Darcy. But there is a twist came in the story that Darcy also caught in same night again. In another case, because Defoe family has showed a letter in the court about Darcy's uncle and father that they had raped a girl and killed her whole family. A Defoe's wife was the sister of that girl, which be saved from them. And before that, Bennett became mad for that reason when he heard the real name or cost of Darcy. So he gets again in jail, but in the last, the main hero does his work because he changed his clothes with Darcy and sit in the place of him. As I told you that they both were same like, that's why Sidney sacrifices himself for his love. The main motif of this story is love, sacrifice, and revenge.